Hi everyone, and welcome to this our first preview of the 2022 Tour de France. Today we're going to have a look at the outright betting, just a quick skim over the markets. There's not too much I fancy outright, quite frankly, and we'll also have a look at stage one. Got to say the Tour de France has snuck up on me a bit with this Friday start, and not only that, but we've had loads of load shedding here in South Africa, so just battling with electricity. In fact, as I record this, I've probably got about 10 minutes maximum before the electricity goes. Anyway, let's get straight into the action then. And I'm logged on to World Sports Betting. We'll have a look at the outright odds. Tadej Pogacar, he's a 7 to 10 favourite, generally priced around that region at the moment. Of course, he's going for his third victory here. There's nothing in the route that frightens him. He can handle cobbles, he can handle wind, he can certainly handle the climbs. So it is hard to look past him. He's got a strong team capable of doing the work on the flats where necessary, and also obviously staying with him deep into the mountains. His biggest rivals, well, it's clearly between Jonas Vingegaard and Primoz Roglic, the Jumbo-Visma pairing. Interesting to see that Vingegaard is now the firmed to actually be shorter than Roglic in the betting. They are 4 to 1 the pair in some places. But yeah, we got him 38 to 10 and Roglic 9 to 2. Yeah, I don't know. Are people writing off Roglic a little bit too soon? He hasn't been at his best this year, but he may well be trying to time it that he peaks in that third week, because he is known to fade just a little bit towards the end of Grand Tours. Anyway, really hard to look past these three in the betting. Yes, the Ineos riders like Geraint Thomas might just be able to throw something in there. And Alexander Vlasov, well, he was very unlucky in the Tour of Swiss when he was leading when he tested positive for COVID. And COVID, quite frankly, another reason why I'm not overly excited to get involved long term at this stage. Let's have a look at some of the other markets in the long term markets, though. The points classification here, we got Wout van Aert, 13 to 20 favourite. They had Peter Sagan, 11 to 2. Sagan, of course, dominated this jersey for so many years, but he's been pretty off form for a couple of seasons. There are signs that the man is coming to life, and I just have a feeling he's really going to target this one. Van Aert, well, there was talk of him having a knee injury. He missed the Belgium championships. Can't be too bad, but I guess the important thing is I've always wanted to see Van Aert go for the green jersey, and now his team have effectively given him the green light. That being said, he's still going to have work to do in the mountains. He's not going to be able to, I don't believe, focus 100% on this jersey. There may be times, for example, where a guy like Peter Sagan might be able to get into a break, and Wout van Aert is just going to have to bide his time. The advantage that Wout van Aert has is he should be able to beat the likes of Sagan in most of the sprints, and he's certainly the best climber of all of the guys there. If he goes there, everything goes his way, no doubt he's going to deliver. But if I was a bookmaker, I'd be looking to lay him. But nothing for me in this market at this stage, but we'll be watching Peter Sagan with quite a lot of interest. Let's have a look at some of the other markets. King of the Mountains, I never get too involved in too early on this one. And you can see how difficult it is. You've got Thibaut Pinot, who's definitely not a GC contender. He's 7 to 2. Bookmakers assuming he'll be targeting the King of the Mountains. And then, of course, you've got Pogacar himself here at 4 to 1, because this jersey can go to an overall contender. I don't think it's going to this year. I've had a look at the route. I think we're going to get a lot of breakaway victories. So, yeah, I'd be looking for someone further down the list. And I did spot someone earlier I wanted to have a look at, maybe someone like a David Gaudu. He's a 33 to 1, perhaps. But, yeah, maybe a small interest in that, but nothing too heavy for me. I'll certainly wait and see what happens in the opening time trial, where you'll see from that profile there's definitely going to be no change to the King of the Mountains betting after that. Any other markets we've got here? Well, we've got some matchups and that which I haven't really had a good chance to look at yet. That, for example, if we have a look at the points classification matchups, you've got Mats Pedersen 7 to 2 against Wout van Aert, and a few different matchups here. So a nice way. It gives you a nice interest for most of the race, although I've had some really disastrous matchups over the years when I've had some big bets down as well, I can tell you. The other one I wanted to look at, the young rider, there's not much value there. Pogacar's strong favourite. But the King, sorry, not the King of the Mountains, I've looked at that one already. I'm looking for the team classification here. And at the moment, I don't see that. I did see it. I'm just going to pop onto Sunbet. I did see the team classification, I think, there. Yes, team classification, we got Jumbo Visma 7 to 4. They do have an incredibly strong team. But bear in mind that none of these GC teams are going to be targeting the team classification. They're probably going to be contending by default. But just very wary about getting involved early. The team classification, I like to watch and then make a sort of a decision maybe when I see when I sort of forecast how the race might go and which teams might contend. Ineos Grenadiers, if I had to pick a team up front, would be them. They've come into this race without a GC favourite, certainly, and they're not going to be under pressure to set the pace and that as they usually are. So I think I can see Ineos possibly quite early on targeting this classification. And the 5-2 there is not bad. The Reign Victorious, yeah, things don't look that great in their camp at the moment. They've certainly got good riders, and they're usually in contention for the team prize at 7-2. And then Bora Hansgrohe, well, they've had some riders in excellent form, and yeah, 15-2 there as well. But once again, COVID could be an issue. Unfortunately, a couple of positive COVID tests, and you're in all sorts of trouble there. Right, let's get on to stage one. I'm going to pop back to World Sports Betting for the bet here. Well, let's first have a look at the profile. There we go. If you think I've left the profile out, that is the profile. It's absolutely flat there in Copenhagen. A few twists and turns along the way, but certainly it's one for the big, strong time trial engines. Bit of rain forecast for later in the day, so certainly it's an advantage, or it looks like it will be an advantage to start early. Let's have a look at the betting for stage one. And Filippo Ganna here, he's a Grand Tour specialist when it comes to the time trials. I was interested to see that he hasn't ridden the Tour de France before, which did surprise me a little bit. You've got Stefan Kung, who's been in excellent form at 9-4, and Wout van Aert 9-4 as well. But Aert's time trialing just continues to improve. Stefan Kung, the big man himself, well, he's quite a generous-looking price there at 14-1, but I do think he's going to find one or two better than him on the day. Matteo van der Poel, this guy can do virtually anything. He surprised a bit last year in the time trial, finishing I think fifth against some really quality riders. But it is hard to see him winning this. And Mats Pedersen, of course, will be looking to go well. Looking down the list, Primoz Roglic, Pogacar, you never know with these guys. And let's just have a quick look at the match betting just to see if anything stands out there. Ganna, okay, Pogacar, I was hoping they might put him against Roglic. You've got Pogacar 1-4 against Vingegaard, and Wout van Aert 1-4 there. So we'll look down more at the 9-10 ones and see if we can find anything we like here. Nothing really that stands out for me here. We got Pogacar against Thomas. I would say Pogacar there at even money against Thomas if I was going to have a bet in that market. But nothing strong for me there. I'm running out of time before a load shedding hits. So I'm going to bring this one to an end, other than to say, yes, we're going to be previewing every stage on Good for the Game. Really looking forward to getting stuck into this from a betting point of view. If you go down below in the description box, you'll see a link to our forum where other punters place their bets. You can follow me on Twitter, follow us on YouTube. It's going to be a great Tour de France. Let's end off, of course, with a bet, and that bet for this opening stage one is not written down like I thought I had. I think I must have written it in the wrong section. But anyway, the bet is 2 units on Filippo Ganna at 27-20, which I think is a pretty good price. Going to be very. I think ultimately he's been targeting this, and he's going to be too strong in this competition. Just one interesting thing I wanted to point out: they've got a stage one race winner betting without Bessiger here, and I don't understand that. Normally, if there's a really strong favourite, you take him out the betting to open the market up. But now you've taken one of the joint second favourites out, so no idea why that is. But anyway, there's another sort of a variety if you need one. Just a reminder that it is, of course, Durban July weekend. We've got a preview on the YouTube channel, so do go and have a look at that. And of course, our rugby betting show, The Handicap, which takes place every Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Last night's show was an absolute belter. Right, everyone, that's it for me. We'll see you for stage 2, probably on Saturday morning. Enjoy the start of the Tour de France.